Hey, friends of mayhem, welcome back to another episode of
The Spiritual Gaze.
I'm one of your hosts, Angel.
I'm your other host, Brandon, and this is our twice-monthly podcast dedicated to exploring the wide reaches of spirituality without pretending that it all makes sense.
No, because we like to keep it real and authentic.
Because we're senseless.
Yes.
Because life is mayhem.
Life can be mayhem.
When you say friends of mayhem, do you mean like friends of the Gaga album?
Yeah, the era.
Okay, yeah, because she's like, her name isn't Mayhem, right? She's not like going as Mayhem?
No, but mayhem is somewhat of a character, yes.
Oh.
I highly recommend if you are able to see the Mayhem Ball, if it visits your city or a city near you, go. It's fantastic.
Didn't you want to go again when it comes to LA?
I'm wearing the shirt.
Yes, you are. Didn't you want to go
I
again?
do want to go again. So if anyone also wants to go with me.
Maybe I want to go. Maybe I want to go.
Honestly, it's worth it.
I mean, you've been selling it so hard.
It's so fun. I mean, a pop like diva concert, they tend to all kind of come now from the school of Madonna, where it has like a theatricality to it, maybe a storyline of some kind.
Loose.
A loose storyline. But I was going to say that I thought the Mayhem Ball did it the best I've seen.
Okay.
Like I was like following the narrative mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's watch tickets and maybe like the day before or the day of, if they're not crazy expensive, we can go.
I mean, they'll be slightly crazy expensive, but it's what you spend in a day.
What isn't crazy expensive these days?
Exactly.
My love don't cost a thing. Shall we introduce ourselves? I just said,
Please.
shall we induce ourselves?
I mean, I feel like I was induced. I had a coffee before here.
Oh.
I am induced.
We're getting caffeinated angel.
Hey!
I love caffeinated angel, actually.
Introduce yourself, please.
I am Brandon Alter. I am a queer, non-binary spiritual healer. I'm an astrologer, a tarot reader. I'm also a writer. And that's it. That's all I am today.
I like that.
What about you?
I am Angel Lopez. I am queer as fuck. I am an astrologer.
Speak to it.
And a teacher and, healer of metaphysical things. And I am also a writer and a film producer. That's me. And your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People know that by now.
I think, well, yeah. Unless this is your first time tuning in. Welcome.
Hey, we're so glad you're here. Thanks for being here. You picked a good day to be here.
Yeah. I don't know how many of you are actually like finding us through TikTok because that's like a new platform for us.
Uh-huh.
But I will say recently, for those of you who've been around for a while, you may remember the like era of Instagram dupes where there were all these like Instagram dupe accounts.
Hello, beloved.
Exactly.
You've come into my heart for consideration for reading.
Yeah. It's always the same shit.
Yeah.
And
it's always Madame Cleo. It's always, call me now.
kind of. But now we have one on TikTok. So
We've made it.
Yes, we're TikTok famous.
Morgan, friend of the pod, texted me, you've made it, with a screen grab of the,
So yeah, basically I think if you follow us on TikTok, just be aware someone might reach out to you. Just check the name of the account. It has 2 T's instead of 1. It's like spiritual gaze.
Yeah.
It's not us.
Yeah.
They might look like us. They certainly don't sound like us.
2 things you should know about us. 1, we take spelling very seriously.
Oh my God, so seriously.
And number 2, we're never going to reach out to you for a reading.
We also don't refer to you as beloveds.
We won't, unless
Never.
you want us to. And I mean, in which case we will.
Well, yeah, if you want us to and the money's good.
Well, even if it's not, I will call anyone beloved if they
call
want
you
to be called
Shirley.
beloved. No, if your name is Shirley, that makes sense.
Or if the money's good.
Wow. Wow. You're just a shill for capitalism, aren't you?
And a friend of mayhem.
Yes. I'm neither of those things.
You have some mayhemic
I'm a woman of
tendencies.
the people. I won't hear otherwise.
Which people?
All the people.
Okay.
The village people.
Well, the village people of the past, the village people of today are questionable.
Do you want to check in? Do you want to tell me what's going on in your heart, in your mind? Tell me a story from your life, from your day.
That's a good question.
What do you want to reveal to our listeners and our watchers?
Or watchers.
Our viewers
Are you trying to bait me?
who are watching us right now. No, I'm definitely not.
Oh, okay. I thought Brandon was baiting me because I just recently caught up with a lot of culture and binge watched the 7-episode series, The Watcher. I think it came out like 3 years ago, and we watched the first episode, and it was not that great. But I was like, I'm curious what's going to happen. And then I watched the next 6 in like the span of 48 hours.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
It was a letdown.
But Jennifer Coolidge really turning it out.
And Naomi Watts.
Well, always.
I mean, Bobby Cannavale, we love him.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great cast. It just, no one was used well.
Margot Martindale.
I mean, she was used well.
Yeah, any excuse for Margot Martindale
everyone in it was
to turn up.
It was great. But the show itself was not.
Do you think there's a place for Margot Martindale in your show?
Yes, there's a couple.
What about Fiona Shaw? Is there a place for Fiona Shaw?
That I don't know.
You need to create a place.
TBD.
Okay.
But I guess what I can share is that I, as many of you know, for the last 75 years have been working on this one specific writing project. It's a TV project, and I am just very passionate about it and love it. And it's like at a place now where I'm super happy with it. My producer's super happy with it. So it's about to like go out into the world and be seen by people, and we'll see what happens. Maybe it goes somewhere amazing, maybe it doesn't, but I do feel like it offers, if anything, this like great opportunity for me to like get to really own myself as a writer beyond just the sort of writing I've done just like online, but like actually as like a screenwriter, which is something I've always really wanted to tackle and have been working diligently on for myself behind the scenes.
How soon are you going out with this?
I mean, I think it will probably be like in early November is my guess.
Don't love that.
No, I know. It'll be before
Mercury retrograde.
For sure.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it definitely will. Because it'll give people time to read.
Great.
And reread.
And review.
And review.
I also remember that like the industry kind of like shuts down for the holidays come like November 11th.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Like come November 11th, everybody's like, let's touch base after the new year. And you're like, it's early November.
Yeah. I also think like those rules, just from my own observation, have all kind of like shifted. Like the industry kind of closes down a lot. like all of August is closed. January's closed because of
Sundance.
Yeah, it's like, but that's film. Like TV, I feel like is actually always kind of going.
Got it.
So, but
well,
I
it's
don't know.
very
We'll
exciting.
See.
I'm very excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm very excited for the 3-episode arc you're going to write me later on in the season.
For sure.
What am I going to play? Who am I going to be?
I don't know.
Well, start dreaming on it.
I will. Help me. I have been physically and mentally abused for the last 4 years. I have been blackmailed. Sorry, I'm doing my Yulia impression.
Oh.
From the Real Housewives of Miami.
Well. Keep working on it.
I will.
Okay, great.
What about you, Adriana?
My check-in?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm here, moving forwards with my life. I don't really know. I'm kind of at a loss today.
Well, thank you all for tuning in.
This has been great. We really appreciate your being here. I don't know. We're like in escrow on my mom's house, which I don't really want to talk about too much because I don't want to put a Kanahora on it because you don't want to count your house before it sells. But I'm like optimistic that we're getting to the end of that tunnel.
Great.
Would just like be a big emotional release.
Yeah.
And also just like a mental release to not be stressed about that all the time.
Yeah.
Feeling the shift of the seasons.
For real.
Brings me a bit of melancholy.
Mm-hmm.
But also there's something like very tender about like the darkness and the cold. I had acupuncture yesterday And I was supposed to like go see a friend and go to yoga. And I came out of acupuncture and I just felt like the only thing I could do was go home and get under a blanket. And so I just like canceled with my friend. Sorry, Phoebe. But I just like, I just had to go home. And I got under a blanket and I made myself some tea and I just read my book. And I don't know, I feel like the summer has had a lot of peaks and valleys, a lot of like really busy days and then like long stretches of nothing. And I would like to find a little bit more consistency and continuity.
Yeah.
Like there've been all these like deadlines and I've been like working really hard for the deadline and then kind of collapsing afterwards. And I don't know, it would be nice for me to just like find a rhythm, find like a more consistent rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like dial back the caffeine a little bit and dial up the meditation a little bit.
The medication?
The meditation. The meditation. Which is a form of medication.
It can be, for
It's
sure.
a spiritual medication.
It is.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, I think that's a good place to be. Sort of in a portal of shift.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little anesthetized to the horrors of the contemporary age, and I can't tell if that's like good or bad, that I'm just like becoming used to the insanity.
Yeah.
I feel like it's bad, honestly, but it also is just like part of the human process to adapt so that you can like not fall apart every day.
Of course.
But that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay.
How was that for a check-in? Did that give anything?
You know, it was giving enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like your check-ins, people really respond to them. People think they're like very vulnerable and like very brave.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not received that specific feedback.
Yeah, I feel like historically everyone's like, oh my gosh, Angel's check-ins.
Wow.
So I'm trying to compete, and I don't think I did a very good job today.
You don't have to compete with me, honey.
No, I'm not.
We're partners.
I know that.
But I think this is a good time for me to announce my new spin-off series, Angel's Check-ins. It'll be happening every day because everyone is just kind of desperate for it. So, yeah, you can tune in for my new 3-hour-a-day show, Angel's Check-ins.
Honestly, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to know more what's going on with you on a deeper level.
Oh, well, yeah, please do. My first guest will be Julianne Moore.
Oh, you're so stupid.
But I'll obviously still be doing this show.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, this is your home base.
Yeah, of course.
Is Julianne Moore maybe interested in coming on this show?
You know, this isn't really her brand. It's more just like me and like checking in. That's really her thing. Like she loves a check-in.
That tracks.
Oh
that
my
tracks.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every morning I wake up to a text from Julianne Moore like, how are we today? And I'm like, oh, here we go. So I'm like, might as well just do a show.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Totally. With your good friend, Julianne Moore.
Well, I mean, she too is brave.
She's vulnerable.
She is.
She's so vulnerable.
I'm desperate to rewatch Magnolia just because I want to really see that scene again where she like breaks down in the pharmacy. Do you remember that scene?
I don't.
Oh, it's like one of the best moments captured of Julianne Moore on film.
Well,
It's so good.
let's add it to the list of movies that we'll probably never watch.
No, I'm going to watch it. You can join me. You can choose to join or not.
Maybe I will.
It's on my very short list.
Should we head into this episode's Cosmic Update?
Well, I actually first want to say before we jump in is that we are doing a deep dive today.
Yes, we are.
Which we haven't done in a long time.
Is that true?
I feel like, yeah, we haven't really I mean, we've been doing our tarot series.
Just a form of a deep dive.
Yeah, but we used to do like pretty like fun deep dives into various subjects and things. So we have one, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned.
But yeah, the cosmos, how are you feeling about them?
How am I feeling about the cosmos? I'm feeling challenged and supported simultaneously.
Okay, good. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Did you feel the Venus entering Libra shift of the last few days?
No.
Oh, really?
Actually, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, I did.
But in a bad way.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, because it's opposing my ascendant. So that's probably why I've been having
Oh.
all of these like face issues.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You did tell me about that.
Yeah. I'd like tried a sample of a skincare product that like totally burned my face.
Huh. So that could be it. I mean,
Yeah.
Aries burned to
Yeah.
the Libra face.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I know.
Libra's not the face, but you know what I mean.
No, I know.
The beauty.
The beauty's not with me. She's in my 7th house. She's with you, but she's not with me.
I mean, the beauty is with you.
But you know what I mean. Venus opposed the ascendant. It's like,
Right.
it's not with you.
Right.
I'm not feeling it. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I am feeling the Venus entering Libra, the kind of need to connect. And, I think even the words I want to use are like make amends.
Oh.
Which I feel is like very Libran.
Yeah,
wouldn't you
for sure.
say?
Yeah.
Like it feels like a good time to kind of be making amends with people, even if like they didn't wrong me in any way,
Yeah.
like in any real way. I'm like, oh, I haven't just seen you in a while or talked to you. I needed maybe a break from you. And now I'm like, I need to make amends with myself around that.
You do.
I do.
You have a
And
lot
I'm
of
ready
people
to.
you should make amends to.
Well, that's why I'm starting a show.
Well, is that part of Angel's Check-In?
It's a segment.
There's like a making amends segment.
Yeah, and the guests are usually people I have to make amends with.
Oh, so do I get to be a guest on this show?
I mean, I'm a little scheduled out for the first few months, but yeah, of course.
Fine. You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll have it happen around your 3-episode arc on the show.
Well, I'm actually starting my own YouTube channel. It's called Brandon and Coyote's Dance Party.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's just me and Coyote, and we just like have a dance party, and sometimes like we invite in guests, like our,
Yeah, who's your first guest?
Meryl Streep. She loves a dance party with a cute dog.
Honestly, I bet she does.
Yeah. So, Meryl Streep's going to come on and help us kick it off, and then, I've got some other guests.
Why are you so competitive?
I'm not. It's just a thing that Coyote's a Leo. He really wanted to do it. The second time.
Been competitive with me on this show. It's getting weird.
Listen.
It's getting weird.
We have Aries placements. We have some competition in us. Not to get all their
Just
will
let
be blood.
me be a star.
You
okay
are a
with
star.
It. Okay, fine then.
You are a star.
Well, let me be your star.
We just referenced so many things right there. All the gayest of things.
And if you got all of them, send us an email and we'll give you something.
Yeah, we'll give you something. There are at least 3, if not 4, references that happened in that very short period of
time. Well, yes. So we are still in the midst of Libra season.
We are.
Though it is coming to an end somewhat soon.
Yeah. In like a week.
Yeah. But I do think like having Venus, the ruler, shift into Libra does kind of give it more of an extension to some degree. I mean, Scorpio season is going to be Scorpioing for sure.
Yeah, especially with Mars in Scorpio.
Exactly. But I do think having them both and their rulers is kind of like an interesting balance.
For sure.
And I think it's like interesting, once Venus moves into Libra, and we had talked about how kind of every planet, the personal planets moving in, they tend to make like immediate angles to all the outer planets. So, Venus like immediately was in discussion with Neptune and with Uranus and with Pluto. So you get like a real sense of just like the challenge, if any, that can come with it for you personally. But then I think you get to sort of be in the real energy of it beyond that. But we also had Pluto station direct pretty much on that same day.
Oh, wow.
As Venus entering Libra. So Pluto's now moving forward again at 1 degree, and she's going to get all the way up to like 4 and 5 degrees in the spring. So that's like new territory for Pluto. Pluto only really got to like the middle of 3 and then went into its retrograde phase. So we're going to hit some new spots with Pluto. I'm super curious just on a personal level because that's where my midheaven is. So I'm about to like actually see what Pluto has in store for me when it touches my midheaven. I'm super curious what that entails.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Pluto, which is just like interesting for anyone who's looking at it move through your chart, is that Pluto moves really slowly.
Very.
So it's kind of the only planet, really, that's not going to go all the way around your chart. I mean, depending on how long you live, But most people, if you live like a good full life, you get every planet doing a full cycle. Yeah. But Pluto will not. Like you would have to upload your consciousness into the cloud in order to get the full Pluto cycle. So you really get you get a quadrant. You get like a quadrant of your chart, maybe a little more than a quadrant, that because Pluto spends different amount of time in each sign, just based on the elliptical orbit of things. So it's just interesting to notice like what part of my chart is Pluto traversing for my lifetime.
Totally.
Like to have Pluto crossing over your midheaven, that's not something everyone's going to have. To have Pluto crossing over your ascendant or your IC or your descendant, you'll definitely get one angle, one of the four main angles. Yeah. You might get two.
Right.
Like I get two. But I mean,
I guess I got two. I get two.
Yeah. I don't really remember when Pluto crossed over my midheaven because that was a long time ago.
Uh-huh. What's your midheaven again?
It's like 0 degrees of Capricorn.
Oh, but not too. Well, yeah, I guess it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's when I stopped acting? I don't know. I'd have to look and see.
No, it probably was longer.
It was longer?
Imagine.
Yeah.
So,
in any event, it's a interesting practice just to like be like, okay, where is Pluto fucking shit up in my life, but also inviting me to like be more powerful.
Well, and I also think like that's why Pluto is related so much to the soul, and like soul transformation, because whatever house or area Pluto was in when you were born, I feel like that it then lays out like a very specific lesson plan for you, right? Like the houses that it's going to move through. It's like, these are great soul lessons for you. And Pluto has a lot to do with transformation, but also like power, and where you can learn to like stand in your power more. So it does feel like it welcomes you into where you're challenged in certain areas, but then invites you into this like evolution, this transformation into greater power in that area of your life.
Yeah.
And it does that in a few houses. So we have an episode called All About Pluto.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to learn more and like our voices, you can go back if you haven't listened to that one. We definitely give like a bit more of an overview on Pluto there.
I went back and listened to an old podcast of ours recently.
Yeah. How was it?
I mean, it was great. You were great. I cringed a little bit at myself.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Honestly, like, not that even the information
Did you say a lot of things that were like you shouldn't have said?
No.
They did not age well.
No, actually. None of that. Surprisingly. It's just interesting to listen back to yourself. Like 2018 was not that long ago.
Was it from 2018?
Yeah, it was from 2018.
Wow. I mean, it was a long time. It was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like a Saturn angle ago.
I guess it's, I just was like, wow. Maybe I was hearing the like it was pre-COVID. It was pre all the grief that we've been through. I was just like, I was cringing because I felt like I sounded so like sure of it all. And I was like, you don't know anything, bitch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you were 33 then. Should I not have spoken your age on?
No, it's okay. It's
Sorry,
okay.
I wasn't sure.
No, I'm very open about my age.
You are.
I'm 27.
And you're brave. That's brave. And vulnerable.
I bait people all the time. All the time. I go into places and I'll just like drop the fact that I'm 40 just so that somebody will be like, you're 40? Like, that's all I want, is for someone to be like, you're 40? No.
Oh my gosh.
And every once in a while I get it. And it's just, it's like the sun is shining on me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
It's fun when it catches you off guard.
Never catches me off guard because I'm always baiting people for it. I'm literally, it doesn't happen unless it,
I had the experience over the weekend where I was talking to someone and it came out in my age and it caught them off guard and me off. And so
it caught you off guard too.
Well, it caught me off guard too. Just like the sharing of it and then them being like, wait, what? Like, no way. That whole thing. And like, you look amazing. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Where was it?
God, you're so good looking. I was like, I know.
When did this happen?
Wild. What? Oh, no. It was at the wine tasting.
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Oh, wow.
The gayer one.
That was the second one.
The second one. It was the second one. I don't know. We go to so many wine tastings.
We did this weekend.
Yeah, we
My
really
goddess.
did. Lord have mercy.
All right, so we got Venus in Libra. We got Pluto stationing direct. What else we got cooking up there?
For those watching, I was thinking about this. I don't think I've mentioned this, but just because you see me with my phone, I realized like it would like cut back to me like on the YouTube and like it looks like I'm like scrolling my Instagram or something. But these are just my notes.
Shopping. You're shopping.
They're just my notes.
You're texting
astrology. Yeah, I know.
You're seeing who's in your DMs.
Exactly. Just revisiting that old Kim Kardashian game and shopping.
Oh yeah, you loved that game.
I had a moment with it, but it ended rather quickly. Let's see. I mean, I think the other interesting things, I mean, the sun's definitely going to move through like an interesting little corridor. Just this week, squaring Jupiter, opposing Chiron. But I kind of think like the most interesting thing next is on the 19th of October, Mercury and Mars will be in a conjunction at 19 of Scorpio. So I feel like that's just like a good day for people to be aware of. I feel like a Mercury Mars, it's either like, a burst of, verbal aggression, or it's just like intense secrets, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely fighting words.
Yeah, it can definitely come out.
Also, like in Scorpio, it could be secrets revealed.
Yeah. I feel like if there's an opportunity to like connect with someone who can go deep on a way.
Yeah.
And like you want to like reconnect with them, like that's a good time to do it.
Totally.
Just make sure there isn't like any like unconscious or subconscious like shit that could bubble over maybe between the two of you.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I just mean like, oh my God, girl, I haven't seen you in so long. Let's talk. And then it's like, oh yeah, this reminds me of that time when you like stabbed me in the back, but that was a long time ago. And then it's like, oh, we're bringing that back up again. And then the next thing you know, like you're fighting at a wine tasting.
Wow,
there's tarot readings going on in the back room. Oh my God,
wow, you watch a lot of Housewives that then infiltrates the way. Like I watch Housewives, but then I just like live my life.
I'm just paying attention.
Wow. I don't have a lot of confrontation in my life that way.
Well, that's good.
Maybe I should try to initiate some.
Maybe you should.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Or just let people know.
No, I'm glad you said that.
Oh,
because
Do you have
honestly,
something you want to say?
Yeah, I need to confront you right now.
Oh my God.
I was told that you are spreading rumors about my family.
The rumors and the nastiness?
Yeah, exactly.
About your family?
Yeah, about my family.
Your family's my family.
No, not all of it.
They are now.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Well, most of them, I guess. I'm not spreading any rumors about your family. If anyone's spreading rumors about your family, it's you.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do that a lot. Guess I got to make amends with myself.
Okay, well, it's about time, and now we said it. Okay, so that's, I think, just the like advice for the Mercury-Mars connection.
I do think what's interesting to note about that Mercury-Mars conjunction is that there will be another Mercury-Mars conjunction after the retrograde. So it might be a conversation that like shows up and you get part of the story, or you go deep, but maybe you were like, oh, I guess we're not going to go all the way to the basement. But then later you'll maybe pick up or build on that conversation or that relationship. It's also Mars, so it might be like actions that you're taking or intentions that you're setting,
right.
And it will be revisited. So
yeah,
I think it's always important to remember, like if we circle a day, it's not because that day is going to complete something necessarily, but it builds the story.
Yeah, I like that. All right, and then on the 21st, so next week, we have a Libra New Moon.
Oh.
And she's at 28 degrees.
Okay.
So she's answering to that Venus in Libra.
That's a beautiful
which we
moon.
I
Yeah.
know. It is lovely. Now, she does have a little square energy to Jupiter in Cancer.
Well, that's okay.
A little opposition energy to Chiron in Aries.
That's less okay.
Yeah, because
That
it
hurts.
is, that's sensitive, unsensitive.
Yeah.
But, I always look at Jupiter squares as like opportunities, right? It's a challenge energy, but
Yeah.
it's like a challenge to grow. So
For sure.
there is a relationship that needs to be challenged to grow, this new moon might spark that.
Yeah. I'm just kind of meditating on the deeper invitation, like around a new moon in Libra.
Yeah. What's coming up?
Just like our whole life is built up of relationships, but it's very easy to take a lot of relationships for granted or let the momentum of how you engage with people continue to dictate the future of how you continue to engage with people.
Uh-huh.
But I think once a year at the very least, Libra season is like, let's check in about who are we choosing to partner with and how are we choosing to partner, and bringing more intentionality into it.
Yeah.
And I'm not kind of like speaking to the cliche of like letting go of the people that no longer serve you. It's more about recommitting to the people that continue to show up in your life, but making sure that you're not just coasting.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to coast in relationships and not inquire deeply and not share deeply and let history dictate an easier way of going.
Yeah.
And yes, like Libra does want to keep the peace, but I think Libra also does really want to connect because other people mirror you. So even with like the square to Jupiter and maybe because of the Chiron opposition, it's a new moon where you can like maybe challenge yourself to reveal a little bit more in those relationships and see how it's responded to.
I love that.
Because I think like in my own life, I'll just like share for myself personally, not competing with you, but just sharing. I can prejudge or assume that parts of myself or parts of my life are not of interest to certain people in my life because historically they haven't shown interest in it. So I can be a little compartmentalized to some extent. Like I'm only going to talk about my spiritual practice with these people, and I'm only going to talk about my family drama with these people, and I'm only going to talk about
your sex life
with this person, as opposed to trying to grow and deepen, which is maybe the square to Jupiter, some relationships by being courageous enough to bring something to a friend that maybe I don't usually bring to them, and then seeing how they respond. And they may not. They may like continue to not take the bait or be like, I don't really care about your spiritual practice, boo, or your sex life, boo. Or they might be like, oh, that's really interesting.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like there is an opportunity. Look, like we need people more than ever now. Like we really do. And I feel like we say this more and more, but we are so isolated by technology and culture and beliefs that are so rigid. Could be useful to bring yourself back to the world of people in a way that is like vulnerable and with the admission that like it's okay to need other people. Not like be needy, but to like need other people because we're all here together.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right, that's my new moon in Libra soapbox.
No, I like that. And for me, I feel like I need absolute vulnerability in relationships. I think sometimes that's why I struggle with relationships sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not always like certain that I can have absolute vulnerability in relationships.
For
It's
yourself or like with other, or like you need other people to be.
Both. I need it to be like, coming from both angles. Like I need to feel like I'm getting absolute vulnerability from you and you're able to receive mine as well. So I find sometimes that it can be challenging. I mean, look, I think not everyone wants to be absolutely vulnerable all the time too. So
or any of the time.
Well, yes, that. But I do think like that can be hard, right? When you're someone who does kind of want to be absolutely vulnerable all the time, like, and you're calling a person, they're like, hey girl, I just want to know, like, what you did today, you know? And I'm like, okay, but don't you want to know what I felt today too? And they're like, no, I don't have time. And then I'm like, okay, well then I'm a little checked out, you know? And like that's like also a little like, you know, that's not
It's a little scorpionic, actually.
Yeah,
it's
it
a little
is.
all or nothing.
Well, I have Scorpio on my descendant, so, you know, I sort of approach relationships.
You're a
like,
little cutthroat.
yeah, I'm not so much cutthroat. I'm just like,
I'm telling you.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't think I necessarily like cut the throats of like my friendships per se if they can't give me everything.
No.
I do think though that like I am challenged to not be able to like go all the way to like or go all the way in with people. I'm like, oh, you can only give me 20%. Well, then I'm going to struggle to give you any of that too. And like that is not like I'm not saying that that's like a great way to be entirely. But I do think that is like probably like something I need to like look at in going into relationships and seeing like how to rebalance that a little maybe, you know, because like just because someone can't be like absolutely vulnerable all the time doesn't mean like they can't be a good friend to me.
Totally.
But at the same time, like that's all I really want.
Weren't you telling me about that like podcast you were listening to all about like friendships?
Yeah, it was like an episode about like relationships and friendships, particularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was basically saying, I mean, the piece I was talking to you about was just like about boundaries. So like respecting your friend's boundaries and like ultimately like if a friend says, I need space from you right now, I'll check back in when I can or when I'm ready to, needing to honor that and being like, well, I still love this person and I love them enough to give them what they need as opposed to being like, oh, you need space from me? Well, then screw you, you know, or that's enough space. Like, I want you back, you know, like it's like just learning to really give them all the space they need is like essentially showing them how much you love them. And I just thought that was an interesting take.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, all of this and more to be considered during
a Libra New Moon.
A Libra New Moon in Libra season.
But I would just say, if we have Venus in Libra and the moon is answering to her, and even though there's a square to Jupiter in Cancer, who's answering to the moon anyways, like it does feel like some sort of gorgeous treat yourself, like community vibes moment.
Yeah.
Or maybe not fully community. Maybe it's just a date night or a small group, but definitely taking advantage of it.
For sure. I like that. Re-up the friend contracts.
Yes.
That's what this Libra New Moon wants.
Oh my gosh. That's a really good essentializing of it.
Right?
Yeah. Re-up and renegotiate. Because Libra is also the sign of like law and lawyers.
True that.
Famous attorney Kim Kardashian is a Libra.
There you go. All right. Lastly, I would just say, I think of note is the day after that, Neptune will re-enter Pisces, where it hasn't been since March 30th. And it's the same day that the sun enters Scorpio.
Woo!
So just keep in mind this.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, we can talk more about Neptune re-entering Pisces on the next episode. But yeah, that just is who's helping to usher in Scorpio season, a return to Neptune back into its
to the last degree, the very last degree of the zodiac.
Yeah.
Crossing back over the finish line to say, maybe I didn't finish this race.
Exactly. So try not to drink or do too many drugs that day.
Or do.
But be responsible. Please be responsible.
Please, we care about you.
Check in. Yeah,
we
check
care.
in with people.
We really do.
That's on the 22nd.
All right.
There we have it.
Should we head into this episode's deep dive?
Splash.
So I wanted, and Angel's giving me permission and coming along for the ride, to do a deep dive into like what is shamanic healing, we've got episodes in the archives about like what is shamanism and what is soul retrieval, which is a part of shamanic healing.
Yeah. And the shamanic journey.
And what is a shamanic journey. But we don't have an episode about shamanic healing as like a client. Like, what is it?
Right.
Why would you want it? What could you expect from it? And as somebody who is like offering more and more of us as someone who's offering more and more of that these days.
Mm-hmm.
And
you are offering more of us, but yes.
Yes, that's true. That is true. I mean, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
I just thought it might be useful. I mean, this really came from a place of like, people don't know that there is something profoundly useful and helpful that's available.
Yeah.
Because of the Western world in which we live, because of like the context in which we're raised, where we don't really have an understanding of the invisible world, of spirits, and also because of like the rugged individualism of like the West, where we think like we have to do everything for ourselves. Like there's some sort of like benefit if you don't ask for help, that an idea of help coming in invisible ways that could be profoundly transformative almost seems like a fairy tale, but it's not.
I also want to add to that too, just specifically in regards to shamanism. Like, I do think like shamanism and particularly shamans have kind of like a twisted reputation.
Yeah, totally.
Like culturally right now.
Well, yeah, say more about that.
I just mean that like, I think just even the word shaman has become almost like a buzzy
for sure
thing, you know, like, oh, I've got this great shaman in Pasadena, you know,
totally.
like who, you know, does ayahuasca in their garage. Like, you know, it just
sure.
has kind of like a almost silly connotation
right
to some people.
Well, and
now.
also it's been used, like for branding. Like there's like a chocolate shaman or like a...
Oh my God, remember we used to get the shaman blessed?
The shaman blessed chocolate.
Chocolates, yeah.
I mean, it was good chocolate.
It was fabulous.
Yes.
But I think that also maybe is a bit of a like, what is this? I don't know.
Yeah. And I think it's hard because shamanism is not a religion.
Right.
It's decentralized. And like anything, there are going to be people who misappropriate to take advantage of. But because I offered that like healing special because I, just finished my 3-year training program with the Foundation for Shamanic Studies. And I just did this advanced weekend workshop in Boulder with my teacher. And I just want to be giving more of these healings. So I kind of offered to like the gazers this like special, and people have been taking me up on it. So I've like been giving a lot of healings, and I love to do it. It feels really good. So I wanted to, and I'm continuing to do that. So the coupon code, I'm just like letting it happen. So it's Hey Gazer, and it like reduces the cost of a healing to like what I think is a very affordable price.
HEYGAYZER?
Correct. Yeah.
Great.
But it's hard to want something if you don't know what it is.
Totally.
So, okay. So I'm going to pull out my phone now.
Oh, okay. You're going to play your game?
Because I have some notes.
You're going to check your emails?
Yeah, I'm going to check my emails.
Okay.
Okay, so Michael Harner, who was an anthropologist, and in like the 70s and the 80s, he created the Foundation for Shamanic Studies, which is where I've done most of my training. And he was studying with indigenous shamans all over the world, from Siberia to South America to the indigenous medicine people of North America. He was like learning from them, and nowadays we'd be like, this isn't that special, but he was a cishet white dude, and in the 70s and the 80s, he was studying from these people, and he was assuming that they knew what they were doing. As opposed to most sociologists at that time or anthropologists at that time who were like, these are savages. Like, they're crazy.
Right. Like moving through their cultural practices.
Observing them and studying them, not studying from them.
Right.
But Michael was. And so what he created was this program, the Foundation for Shamanic Studies, that teaches core shamanism. Like, what are the things that everybody does? But he says, and I quote now, the idea behind shamanic healing is this, and I think it's just beautifully said. So, over thousands of years, our ancestors from every continent learned how to access spiritual sources of power and wisdom, ordinarily accessible through dreams, myths, and near-death experiences. The shaman is a healer, trained to contact these sources and bring back healing and answers for the benefit of the individual and the community. And that's kind of like what it is, that in a healing session, if you're doing it with me, I am accessing my helping and healing spirits, and through their compassion and wisdom and unconditional benevolence, am bringing about power and healing for the specific things that a client is dealing with. And it really is about building relationships with the spirits. So the first big question that I think like we have to unpack if we're trying to talk about what is shamanic healing is the question, who are the spirits? Because I think that's another word like, oh, well, like spirit told me, or like, there are all these spirits. And I think it might be useful just to talk about like, who are the helping spirits from a shamanic perspective?
Okay. So who are the helping spirits?
I don't know.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, glad we got an expert.
So in my understanding of things, helping spirits are aspects of the divine, and they take many different forms. They live in non-ordinary reality in the spirit world. I don't think they need forms, but they take forms so that we can engage with them, because it's hard to engage with something that you can't perceive. And I think that if you consider what the divine is, it's so big, it's so vast. Even like from a biblical reference, it's like you couldn't even like see the face of God, because I think the idea is that like whatever the divine force that sustains us and that has created this experience, if you believe in some sort of divinity, is too big to perceive and to behold.
Mm-hmm.
And so my experience is that the helping spirits are an aspect or a face or a facet of the divine in a way that you can engage, and they bring different powers with them. The helping spirits are animal, ancestral, angelic, or otherwise. And everyone has this like coterie of spirits that want to work with them. And I talk about it in this way because I think it's very easy for people to assume that when you say the word spirits, you're talking about like the human dead, like you're talking about ghosts.
Yeah.
And generally, your helping spirits are not a ghost.
Right.
They are not human. They are otherworldly.
But they can be ancestral,
They
but not ghosts.
They can be ancestral. That gets into a bit of a rabbit hole about like what does it take for a deceased human to become a helping spirit, essentially? Or what does it take for a deceased human to be able to have a power, a significant power to give to someone? And that's so individual. And what happens in a healing session is so individual, and every healer's relationship with helping spirits is individual.
Yeah.
So I've been working with some of these spirits for almost a decade, and they are able to provide really tremendous power and healing, able to like perform miracles. Like I've seen impossible things made possible through calling in these beings and working with them. Because again, like the spirits live outside of space and time. We live pretty much, except when maybe we dream, we live in space and time, right? Like we are linear beings, for better or for worse. But the spirits are so much bigger than that, and they're able to intervene, but they're not able to intervene unless they're invited. And I don't entirely know why that is, but I think that's part of like the compassion of the helping spirits, is that if they're not asked, they don't involve themselves. Mm-hmm. And so that's why you generally would hire someone, because you're asking for them to bring their power and their spirits on your behalf. So like, when I do a healing, or before I do a healing or any sort of spiritual work, like I call the spirits in, like I have like a rather like formalized way of like calling in all of my spirits. Even if I'm not going to be working with all of them, I kind of call them all in just to have their power there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll see like multiple clients in a day. And so I asked my spirits, I was like, do I need to call you guys in like every time? Or like, can I just call you in at the beginning of the day and then just do the work? And the answer I was given kind of like blew my mind. And they said, no, you have to call us in every time, because you're not just like calling us in, you're calling us in for that client. Like you're calling us in for them. And that's the whole point of the healing session.
Yeah.
So that's also something that's interesting to consider, that you might have your own helping spirits, but they're not actually the spirits that like I would be working with. People come to, they're like, can you tell me about like my guides? And I'm like, I honestly can't, like, because they're not mine, they're yours. Mine are the ones that I know about, that I trust, that I have a relationship with, and that's who I'm bringing.
Yeah.
So a shamanic healing session is about restoring power. And it's actually like pretty simple. There's like two basic things that are happening here, and then there's lots of ways in which that happens. Do you have any questions about what I just said, or was that clear? Do you feel like...
No, I think that was clear.
Okay. So essentially you're either restoring something that should be with you, or you are removing something that shouldn't be with you. And generally, every healing session is a combination of both. And I also think like the way I work in a healing session is you don't just like come to me and you just go like, okay, just like bring it, like you come with specific things that you need help for. Like I feel depressed, or I'm having chronic pain, or I feel lost, or like whatever it is, like the bigger the ask, the better. And then I consult with my spirits to see what sort of healing and power can be provided. And power, so there's the power of our own soul or our own spirit. And then there's power that we get from being in nature, right? Or a really good night's sleep, or power that comes from the helping spirits. And this is power that is borrowed, but that is used so that like we can live our lives. When we don't have a lot of power is when things tend to like, I've said this on the show so many times, when we don't have power is when we struggle.
Yeah.
And sometimes over a sustained period of time, we're not aware how much power we're leaking. And so a healing is about restoring some of that power. Some of that is like the power of your own soul, right? Like through a soul retrieval. Some of that is the power of like a power animal, like a helping spirit that brings their power to you. Some of that is just like the power of like one of my spirits that just wants to give some of their almost endless reservoir of power to you so that you like have more going on. But then there's also things that like can be gotten rid of. So I like spoke a little bit about this an episode or two ago, which is like the idea of influencing spirits, right? Like there are potentially spirits that are not compassionate, that are not benevolent. They might be malevolent. They might also be well-meaning, but like just having a bad effect on you. And that's something that sometimes can make our lives more difficult. And we don't realize that, like that could be that like there are intrusive thoughts, or things just like feel harder than they need to be, or like an obsession about something that feels kind of like out of character. Like sometimes that can be a symptom of like an influencing spirit. And so then that's something that can, kind of easily and straightforwardly be done, which is removing that spirit's influence and allowing that spirit to go somewhere where they would be better suited to be.
Yeah.
There's also like a well-known practice, kind of like cross-culturally, about what we call intrusions, which are not spirits, but just like goo, just like stuff that like gets stuck in you, And those things just like need to be taken out. Like we're porous, we move through the world. Somebody looks at you the wrong way. Somebody curses you out. Like, I don't mean like puts a curse on you. I just mean like,
yeah, it's the idea
you
of
have a confrontation, somebody slimes you.
Yeah, taking on other people's energy.
And so it's not the same as an energy healing. And I didn't like totally understand this at first, but a lot of my teachers when I was first like, learning this work were cautioning us not to conflate modalities. They were like, this might seem similar to like Reiki or energy healing, but it's important that we say like, this is not, And as I get deeper and deeper into the work, I understand the reason for that, which is not to say that I don't think Reiki or energy healing is valid, because it totally is. My mom was a Reiki master and I'm Reiki attuned, but it's just so different because shamanic practice is actually like very specific. It's like, you have to know who you're dealing with. Like, who is the spirit that you're dealing with? Can you trust them? Do you have results? And there are specialist spirits, like there's one spirit I usually go to like get a sense of like what healing can be offered. And there's another spirit that's really good at like the soul retrieval and it's very like practical in that way. So, the shape of a healing session is different for everybody based on what you're asking for. and based on like what the spirits know you need. But essentially, you say, this is what the problems are. I give you permission to do the work that the spirits guide you to do. And then you just receive it. And then you just like see how your life changes, which is kind of like what I love about this work is that it's not about the talking. It's not about the understanding. It's really about the power and if you feel it or not. And I've mentioned on the podcast, like I have had like such profound experiences through my own like receiving shamanic healing. Like I credit that with like how I broke my unhealthy relationship with marijuana and like still don't engage with marijuana.
Yep.
How I like moved through some of those really heavy grief portals. I like received some amazing healing work around that. And I just wanted to speak to it because it's hard to know that you might want something if you don't know that it exists.
Yeah.
But if you do know that it exists, like if you do know that there might be something that could make your life feel better or like help you find more grace and like ease. And I think, so I was listening to like an old episode, as I mentioned, about like, it was the What the Fuck is Shamanism episode. And the information was actually pretty good. And I stand by pretty much most of it. But one of the things we talked about how part of the shamanic worldview is that like everything is connected to some degree. And I do think that like our isolation makes life harder. And there's something about a shamanic healing that puts you back in relationship with the seen and the unseen world.
Yeah. So would you say like people are best to come to you like if they're feeling kind of like clouded or like is that like...
I think like shamanic healing can address everything.
Okay.
Now, I don't necessarily know that it can address everything on its own, right? Like there might be like a host of things that could help. Like you need a soul retrieval, but you also need therapy and like you also need to see a doctor or something. But I would say like if there are things in your life that you're having trouble fixing, making feel better, like give it a try. Like reach out to me. Like I want to be doing more of this work, which is why like I wanted to kind of like devote a little bit of this episode to it. And it can all be done remotely. Like it literally can all be done via Zoom.
I mean, I would say for myself, just briefly, like I would have experiences where I felt like there was like a piece of me missing. And I think that that's something that's relatable.
For sure.
And I feel like soul retrieval work like spoke directly to that.
Yeah.
You know, this sense of like, I just feel like there's a part of me missing right now.
Yeah.
And that's like literally what it speaks to.
What about like your experiences? Like I remember when you went and saw Amanda or Robbie, like some of my teachers, and I like forced Angel to like get a healing or or even when you like took the basic workshop, like what about shamanic healing do you feel like you want to like add to this conversation?
Well, I think it's just about that, the missing piece element. I think I had like sort of lost some like pieces of myself, particularly like from my childhood, like inner child stuff. And I felt like the shamanic work helped me, I think on some level, like re-engage with those inner child or just childlike pieces of myself.
Yeah.
That for me then I think like translated as creativity.
Totally.
So I think that that's like been the value of the work for me.
Yeah. It's such beautiful work and it like really is heart work and like the compassion, like the compassion of the spirits.
Yeah.
Like can transform anything and everything.
Yeah.
And it also, like I'm not sitting here, you know, like I said, I was so cringe like 7-8 years ago, like thinking I know everything. Like I don't know much, but what I do know is that like I have these spirits that I trust and they continue to teach me and like they've allowed me to like make an amazing impact and it just like is really nourishing. And I just feel like this is a really hard time and the spirits know that it's a really hard time. But again, like they have to be invited. So if you feel at all compelled or like you want to have a conversation or like you have questions, like just reach out. You know how to get a hold of us. And maybe this is something that can like make a serious difference in your life.
Yeah. Or if anything, it's just a area of interest and you can find resources to learn more about it.
Yeah, totally. I did ask ChatGPT, just like as fun. I was like, what is shamanic healing? And you know what? It did a pretty good job.
Well, it's kind of just aggregating information.
Well, which means
exists.
is like there's good information out there, you know?
For sure. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just share as Brandon's prepping for the tarot card of the episode that you can find information out about us on thespiritualgaze.com. There you can connect to like our healings and readings tab.
Yeah. And you can also just email us.
Yeah, spiritualgaze@gmail.com.
So just taking a moment, close your eyes, drop into your heart, connecting to the cards by listening into the sound of them being shuffled. And just asking that this message resonates no matter the future place or time to which you listen to this episode. Just asking for one card to serve as a message. Just give us a little guidance. All right. The Nine of Cups reversed.
Always got to come in with them reversals.
Always got to come in upside down. The Nine of Cups, it's known traditionally as the wish card. And the way it was drawn originally was like this kind of like figure with his arms crossed, and he's kind of like a magical figure that can grant you a wish. And there's all these cups kind of behind them that's like, okay, well, like what are you choosing? What wish are you choosing? But the deeper message for me is that like you're a wish. Like you were wished for by your ancestors. Like you were wished to be here at this time for some reason. Your soul wished to be here. And nines are graduations. So there's like some sort of like graduation that wants to happen around like your accepting why you're here. Like stop fighting it, because that's the reversal, but like just accept that like you are here and figure out like what you're here for. And purpose is one of those things that I think like trips us up.
Yeah.
Because we think that our purpose is like one large sentence in bold type that our whole life falls under, as opposed to purpose just like being the way in which we move in the world. Like you were talking about how like your purpose is whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you don't love what you're doing, or you don't feel connected to what you're doing, then change it, because that is your purpose. But I think there's an invitation right now just to like inquire about what are the things that give you purpose. What are the things that are meaningful to you? Something has meaning if you ascribe it meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to like judge it or defend it. You can just accept it. Like, this is meaningful to me, period. And that's about the things you spend your time. I mean, like for me, like being able to practice shamanic healing is meaningful to me. And some people, probably think it's like some crazy witch doctoring, and other people understand like how meaningful it is. And I don't really care. Like I'm just here to like step into my purpose, And so whatever like stepping into your purpose feels like or looks like, even as it changes, even if there's like a redirect or a return to something that maybe seemed forgotten, that's a place to spend a little bit of your time right now. I would also say cups rule emotions and relationships. And again, nines are graduations. So in light of the Libra New Moon, it might be time to like graduate in how you're showing up in relationships, and also understanding that part of your purpose is just to be in relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes we think like my purpose is my work, and then I have time for my friends on the weeknights or the weekends. And it's like, no, maybe your relationships are part of your purpose.
Yeah.
And that actually is what is making your life meaningful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So there you go. There you have it.
Perfect for Libra season.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you to all of you for listening or watching, engaging. I've told you how to find us. And so there you have it.
Until next time, this has been your transit through the spiritual gaze.